Alrighty, let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys can hear me and everything is all A-OK, loud, set, ready, and good to go for tonight. Greetings, everybody. My name is KG Prestige, and I welcome everybody back to another exciting session of the PokePod World Podcast, where I will be joining with my good buddy, Alpha Evie, for some fun shenanigans for the night. As you guys already know, summer anime of 2020 has finally begun. There's a lot to go and discuss, and we also will be doing something pretty special and different from what we've done before in our past podcast anime sessions, only because of the fact that there is a particular show that is airing during the season that we definitely want to talk about. So I'm going to be hopping into the call with my buddy really soon, and we're going to go and work things from there. So I shall be going and check on that right now. Let's get right into it then. Alrighty, do you hear me loud and clear, buddy?
I hear you loud and clear, bud.
Alright, perfect. And let me just make sure that the chat can hear you perfectly fine as well. How's everybody in the chat doing for tonight as well? Just making sure everyone's doing okay. We are going to be having a fun session for tonight. I'm excited, man. It's been a long time since we have done this sort of show. You know, I know we did one like a couple of weeks ago, but I mean like a true proper anime pod show. It's been so long, buddy, and I'm just happy to finally get back into the swing of things with this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I miss this feeling. I miss this feeling of finally having something to talk about, you know?
Yeah, of course. You know, a lot of us enjoy doing these content because it's fun. It gives us an opportunity to kind of express our feelings for particular shows that we enjoy and just kind of dabble for a little bit about like what we enjoy, dislike, etc. and all that. Yes, somebody says, "Yay, no more Sing Yesterday" for me. That hurts my heart till this day, man. I'm sorry, but God, have you guys ever had a show that you just loved so much, but that ending just completely rips you to shreds? That was for me, man. That hit me hard, and I didn't deserve that. Good God, but yeah, so
yeah. That too.
I'm glad to see everybody can hear you loud and clear. I'm glad to see you're doing okay, Evie. I missed this feeling too of talking about anime as well. So I hope you guys in the chat and whoever's going to be watching this later down the road will be enjoying our sessions of the week for anime. You know, the last time we've ever really had a lot of in-depth analysis and discussion, to me personally, has been in summer of last year for another particular anime show, that being of Kanata no Astra. If you remember, we went through like an hour analysis per each episode, and honestly I think we might get another one for this year just from this particular show that we're going to be reacting to. Yeah, we're actually going to be doing a reaction to Snafu, the third season. The first episode. We actually did not watch it at all whatsoever.
I try my very best to avoid Twitter at all costs and YouTube.
For some reason, I did not see anybody talk about the first episode of Snafu, aside from like maybe saying, oh, animators and stuff like that. I have seen nobody talk about it, nobody tweet about it. I'm like, I am so shocked by this. Did everybody just forget that it was supposed to be airing this week or something? But hey, that benefited me in the end because that means I didn't get a chance to see anything about it.
Oh, trust me, buddy. You were just lucky. Okay. I had to catch a few glimpses of some things, which thankfully I decided to avoid.
All right. I didn't see nothing. I did not see the Snafu opening, if there even is one in the episode, because sometimes they tend to save those for like later episodes down the road or stuff like that. I never got to see the episode in itself. I never got to hear anything about spoilers or stuff like that. We will be talking about that as we're going to be doing a reaction to that episode as well as a review to follow up, discussing our thoughts on that particular episode itself. So the way we will be handling it is similar to how we did in the past, where unfortunately I cannot show any visual representation whatsoever here in screen, only because of the fact that copyright issues. Apparently, from what I've been hearing via social media, a lot of people who have actually tried to discuss Snafu or react or anything relating to uploading stuff following Snafu content immediately gets striked down, and that's
a huge yikes.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because it's like this is the season that a lot of people want to be discussing about the series in itself, you know. So why is it that we have to suffer through the fate of goddamn copyright situations? Like, no platform is safe. Hell, I don't even think it's safe here on Twitch as well sometimes. So we're going to try to see if we can be as vague as possible, in particular to what the hell we're going to be reacting to for tonight, you know? So I'm not going to be showing any visuals or anything whatsoever on screen, so I do apologize in advance if you guys were kind of hoping to see something like that. But we will give you a bit of a timer, of course, a heads up to let you guys know exactly what time we're going to be in for the video. So yeah, we'll codename the anime. We'll tell you guys what we're going to be reacting to and stuff and whatnot. So we'll get that under the way really soon. I think though, I do want to at least take an opportunity to talk about just one anime show for a bit before we then dive into the reaction, just so it can give me a chance to kind of set things up proper for our reaction of the night. So the reason why I also want to talk about this is because this particular show, I was a little concerned about. You know, I've talked about this a little bit before in the past. Rent a Girlfriend. You know, I was very concerned about this only because I did not know the direction that this particular show was going to be heading towards. To my surprise, after watching the first episode, I think there's a chance of hope, man. I really do think there is a legitimate chance of hope. I will not lie. This anime show pissed me off and it made me enjoy it at the same time. I know that sounds dumb, but it is sincere honesty right there when I'm telling you this. That show pissed me the hell off. But I loved every minute of it.
It's just one of those shows that pisses you off, but you can't help yourself but to keep watching it. Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from.
But Evie, though, you know, I'll give my impressions in just a bit. I'm curious though about your take on it, though. I believe you've seen the first episode of it so far, correct?
Oh, of course, yeah.
All right then, buddy, please take it away. Let me hear your take on the very first episode of Rent a Girlfriend, because I have some things to say, but I want to make sure I hear your message first in regards to your impressions on the first episode.
Okay.
Okay. But before I get into that, I apologize. Quick question. Did you know anything about the series prior to this? Have you read the manga or anything whatsoever?
No. All I know is that from from Twitter that apparently this anime series was announced not even long ago since the manga was published. So it was a quick anime adaptation. So that kind of gave me a little some skepticism as to how they're going to handle the show, because really you had to think about that. The manga's probably not even done just yet whatsoever,
or even like very far into the series. I mean, the one thing I've heard people complain about was that a particular girl is in a poster of the series and doesn't show up until around chapter 40 of the manga, but I think this show is like 12 to 13 episodes, so that's a big yikes for me, because that means we're going to be like bum rushing through a lot of the chapters. At the same time though, depending on the length of the chapters and the stuff that's in terms of like content on them, if they're very short and minuscule, then maybe it makes sense. But of course, we'll have to see the episodes as we progress through the show to get a good grasp as to how they plan to handle the anime. But from I guess for me anyway, first impressions, I genuinely enjoyed it. But passing it back to you though, Evie.
Yeah. I also enjoyed the first episode of Rent a Girlfriend. Now, I'm not sure if it's just me when it comes to the main character. Let me actually bring up his name again here from my anime list. Kazuya. He's probably the most stupidest yet the smartest like male protagonist in a rom-com series that I probably came across.
Oh my god.
Do you kind of understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I hate this bastard so goddamn much, but yet at the same time, I can't deny that some of the actions that this man takes are so relatable. I mean, you feel for the man, but at the same time, you're like, god damn, he's an asshole.
Like, he's getting himself into these, like, rent-a-girlfriend services out of desperation. It's like, all right, look, my dude. Like, there's nothing wrong with taking the time to recover, Take some time for yourself, and then, like, when you're ready, jump back into a relationship. But nope, this dude just... First of all, I looked at the yen price, right? I believe it was, like, 5,000 yen per hour. That's, like, $50 an hour just to hang up with a rentable girlfriend.
And you saw his bank paper right there that went from, like, 1,000,000 yen to, like, 80 or 800,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, how much money did this man spend?
Yeah, that right there is called desperation.
That
Yeah.
was some
Yeah.
hardcore desperation, especially when you realize he does it again the following day. Like, bro, no, you can't do
Yeah.
that. You told yourself on day fucking one you were not gonna do it again. Guess what happens? Day two.
hmm And yeah, of course, like as Chizuru brought up, this boy didn't read the terms of conditions, which you gotta question why the hell would you jump into this without even giving it a second thought. Now, here's where I think he's like he's a smart character at the same time. He understands like the pain of having to go through relationships and probably like wants to understand why girls like Chizuru will put themselves in this kind of position when it's not genuine love, like you're doing this as a job. And I'm like, well, damn, this dude is actually speaking some deep thoughts.
Exactly, because it's like there has to be some faults to this service, especially for the girls who are doing this for a living. Like, you know, how does this affect their
Yeah.
mentality? And especially because she's not even like a super old character or anything. No, it seems like when you saw at the very end of the episode, you still see that she's still on school related content too, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like she's not even that old yet and she's doing this kind of service. And also, like, what's the reasoning behind her doing this said service as well, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Um, but yeah, like I said, I think it was a good episode. Especially when you know, this this shenanigans that these two got themselves into when they have to end up visiting Kazuya's grandma. When you found out that she collapsed, and it turns out that she just like passed out for like a few seconds or something like that, and she's still ended up in the hospital. And you could see and you could just see from the dialogue how this grandma is assertive, and proud and filled with joy over the fact that Kazuya finally has a girlfriend when she's thinking that, man, like this boy ain't never gonna have a girl like so long during my lifetime.
Also, screw those goddamn parents. I just want to say, parents are supposed to give love and support for their child. No, the mother and father were like, Kazuya, that boy, her? You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, Kazuya would never get that successful in life. I'm like, man, that shit hurts hard. Like, what
Like,
kind of
damn.
parent would do this? Who would allow this to be so that this kid has to suffer like that from his parents? Like, bro, that's horrible.
Yeah. And then coincidentally, the grandma, her name is Nagomi, the grandma of Kazuya. Coincidentally, Chihiru's grandma also happens to be a patient at the same hospital they were visiting. So because Nagomi was filled with joy, she went and go grab one of her friends, which turns out to be Chihiru's grandma. And those two are so like really into the idea that these two are actually going to end up in a serious and eventually a married relationship, right? So it's
Of
like,
course.
crap, we don't want to screw up our grandmas if we actually tell them the truth,
Yeah, I get what you mean. And I'm like, man, that I think it was great because it's like the amount of coincidences that happen in the show is supreme, man. It's hilarious because they go from one thing to the next and it just all ties itself beautifully, like with the whole grandma scene and whatnot, and then coming out to the realization that, yeah, the girlfriend's grandma also happened to be here, and now they have to kind of, well, not necessarily have to live with this fake relationship because it doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. But I'm
Yeah.
curious to see what the grandmothers are going to do in terms of trying to get these two together. Because I feel the grandmothers are going to play such a big role with the relationship of these two characters. I don't think the parents are going to do anything about it. I think the grandparents are probably going to be the ones that are going to go above and beyond just for these two kids.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I
And
loved them. They were such adorable characters, man. I
oh
really
yeah, I
grew to
like them.
appreciate them. Grandparents are always lovable and like anything, but like because his grandmother though was like on a whole different scale. Given that it was like he went to the girl and she was like, "You guys planning on doing sex yet?" And I'm
Like,
like,
goddamn,
man,
grandma.
yeah. He when you said that she was assertive, like 100% agree on that. And then of course they had to respond and be like, oh no, see, we won't mind doing it, but like we need to of course get permission from you. It only just makes sense that we can do this, which is a great thing. I guess we should talk about from the girl's character itself. She's good at ad-libbing.
Yeah.
She knows how to see the situation at hand, pick up on it, and work with it. And the fact that she managed to make it possible to where she could be identified as Kazi's boyfriend is actually really incredible. I did like that bit of the episode and how believable she was, despite us, the viewers, clearly knowing that all of that is a hoax in itself.
Yeah. That I also like that about her. Like, I actually didn't think she would be like that smart situationally. You know?
Yeah, of course. So I'm very happy to see like where this show is gonna go, especially with the way it ended. I think the ending was a good way to start off an episode, especially for like a series premiere. Yeah, the amount of coincidences this show has is amazing because immediately as everything comes to closure and you see both boyfriend and girlfriend go their own respective ways, where she's like, I still got to continue to maintain my job as with this rent service, you know, and then of course Kazuya being like, listen, I don't think we'll ever see each other again, but I guess I can understand your whole situation. You do you, I'll do me, and we'll keep it at that. The next day, what happens? Turns out that girlfriend that he rented in the previous days happened to show up with a completely different design, and I'm like, no, this reminds me of another anime we watched last year.
I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I was thinking just the same thing.
Yeah, it's not as extreme as the other one. In no way, shape, or form, but the fact that she has like a different look to herself in the school life as well as in real life with renting stuff, I'm really getting the idea that she's kind of doing this to hide herself, because I believe that what I think might be the situation in the show is that she's doing this as like a what is it, the Superman situation where it's like, oh, I gotta hide myself because if anybody finds out who I am, it's gonna cause big problems. And I mean, think about it, a schoolgirl who winds up actually being known as a rent-a-girlfriend, using these kind of services, that's going to get her into a massive amount of trouble. So she's probably going to be hiding that identity from as many people as possible, except to the one that she just happened to date and coincidentally happened to be in the same school as her. So that right there, I'm excited. I'm excited for the potential in the writing side of things. I think there's a lot that this story can provide, and I hope it delivers, man. I'm really liking everything I've seen so far. So the first episode definitely gets a thumbs up in my book. I don't know
Same
for
here.
you. Oh, right, perfect. I was curious about that too. I know you did say a lot of positives about it, so I was just kind of curious to see if you also agree with me 100% on that, and I'm glad to see that's the case. Now then, so I guess overall, just for ratings, I would give this first episode a 9 out of 10. I would say it definitely,
about right.
Definitely exceeded my expectations. The reason why I lowered it is only because the show did genuinely piss me off, man. I'm sorry, but the show legitimately pissed me the hell off. I was so frustrated with like the direction some scenes went, because it's so relatable, but it's like, God, I didn't need to say that. So now that's just my take on it. But overall, still was a fun thing to watch, and I hope to see that the next episodes that will be coming out for the future are just as enjoyable as this one.
Yeah. So we give the episode a good rating. Now, how will we rate the opening itself? I think it's a pretty good opening, if you ask me. I think something that's very notable out of the opening was the way they animated the four main girls. Like,
right?
I thought they looked really good.
The dances, though.
the dances, exactly.
Oh, man, but to me, honestly, I enjoyed it. I genuinely had a good enjoyment out of this, and I don't know what more to say other than I can't wait to just see more of the shenanigans that are going to be happening later down the road. But the opening to me is like, yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I don't know if I'll consider it my favorite opening of the season so far. but it definitely did leave a good first impression in my book, for sure. So, Rent-A-Girlfriend, everybody. A show that I was concerned with actually happened to be really good. So if you're into that kind of stuff,
there you go.
I think you'll get a good kick out of it. I just hope this show doesn't suffer the fate of what happened to like my other shows, man. I'm just saying. So
Yeah, especially when you brought up how the manga was structured.
oh, oops! I just realized I accidentally moved it to the scene that I didn't need to. See.
Oh.
I just realized. There we go. Now I wanted to do it. I was like, why was the lights not turning on? And it was like, it's because that shit did not turn on me. There we go. Now it's turned on. I did not know why it didn't turn on me. I noticed that my camera's like a little laggy. It looks a little laggy to me.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, let me just make sure real quick if everything's fine on that. 10 FPS Pokeball. Yeah, we finally got the Pokeball working again. I don't know how or what caused the issue to be like that before, but it looks to be good now. So
yeah,
that's what matters the most.
Yeah, so while you're fixing that at the moment, yeah, speaking of Pokeball, did you happen to see the new episode titles? One in particular brings up a big question mark.
Oh, dude, that one episode is something that everybody's talking about right now, and honestly, actually, I'm just gonna go back to the other scene real quick just to continue fixing the camera.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that particular episode summary for Pikachu, though, being about jealousy and Riolu, pisses me off because another series, clearly under the name of Gekkoga, you know, that Greninja, the frog jobber that everyone seems to love and adore. Yeah, that bastard has done worse things, and I'm pretty confident Pikachu should have been jealous then and not like now.
Right.
Especially because one of the things many people are forgetting to note up in regards to this particular series, Riolu is still a baby. It's still a goddamn little baby. Pikachu has been known to take care of the little ones. He's always been treated as like the big sibling of the group, you know, always wanting to protect and overlook the little ones who are still trying to kind of, you know, get themselves up and working and battling and whatnot, you know. But it's like here, it's like, nah, we're not going to do that. Instead, it's going to be like, man, I don't know. I'm just mad about this episode summary. Of course, as before, you know, it can be a situation where the episode summary does a very bad job in describing the actual episode, and it turns out that the series itself is actually pretty good, you know, with that particular episode. It's like summaries, and then the episode itself could actually be very, very different from one another. So, I don't know. I mean, it could be something similar to the Sabo situation, but we'll see what happens then. Until that moment arrives, though, I hate Pikachu now. I hate Pikachu.
It's so out of character.
It is. It doesn't fit with his tone. It does not work. Pikachu's never been seen as the asshole of the group, and now you're suddenly doing this? After this whole situation? Bro, I thought the Karina episode was bad. Nah, this one's looking to be worse.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said, Riolu is still a baby. It's still undergoing some, you know, development, right? And I think that by the way Riolu is treated, I think it's likely to be the ace for Pokemon Journeys from what we saw so far.
Exactly.
And just getting this amount of attention in Riolu and just seeing Pikachu getting jealous of that, I want the writers to prove me wrong, and hoping that this episode turns out to be better than I expected. But I think that character change is just gonna throw a lot of us off.
Exactly. It doesn't deserve to be like that, man. Like, not one bit. Alright, hold on just a second, buddy. I'm just trying to get this thing working. Oh, okay, there we go. I think I got the camera fixed now. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, I think it should be fine. Once I switch over to the other scene, I think it'll be fine there. But let me see. If it's true, Japan fans will be mad. I mean, Japan fans were already mad about the whole situation with Sable and how it's going to go to Go instead of Ash, because I know a lot of fans were hoping to see Sable be with Ash this time around. And given how people... Yeah, well, everybody except me for some reason. I think I was like one of the only person who wanted none of the starters, man. Also, KG, is your mic a little high? Yeah, I know that this whole mic situation is very odd. I apologize if my mic sounds high. I don't know if it does for you, Evie.
No, you sound pretty good to me.
Okay, maybe because you adjusted it on Discord. But I'm getting a new mic soon, which actually has a feature that will adjust my mic volume to actually fit with like the volume settings of everybody else in the conversation. So I'm gonna be very excited to try that out later down the road. It's coming on Tuesday, I think. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But yeah, for now, I hope you guys can just bear with this just a little longer. I'll lower my mic down just a wee bit just to kind of get things a little better for tonight. But I do apologize. The mic issue has always been kind of a thing for my channel. It's never going to go away, sadly, and that hurts the most.
That's a huge yikes.
Yeah, right? There you go. So, all right. Now, the one that mattered is going to go. You say that, but like none of the starters matter in my opinion.
See, okay, yeah, only because it doesn't matter to you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me, and therefore it doesn't matter to anyone. Listen, if the main character does not want anybody to, or any of the starters to be there, then that means nobody wants to. And since I'm the main character, I guess everybody does not want to see Sable with Ash. So, it happened, folks. We managed to make reality go down, and I'm very happy to see that. And I can't wait to see also Grookey now join Ash as well. So there's
I don't care. I wouldn't care at this point.
Yeah, you know, I generally would not mind had Sable been in Ash's group, as long as Sable was already an Inteleon, so we could have just skipped that stupid Drizzle phase. But because Sable's a thing and they want to promote Sable and of course probably keep it the way it is, well, I don't think that's gonna happen. So we'll see where the series will go with this. We know the post already came out highlighting Sable being next to go and Riolu with Ash. And I don't know what Ash's next main capture is going to be, but it'll be an interesting one for sure. So, Evie, are you ready to go and finally jump into the reaction for the night?
We've been waiting for years, buddy.
Oh boy, I emotionally am not prepared for this. I will be sincere with you right now. I am genuinely not prepared for this whatsoever. I
don't think any of us are.
No, I don't think any of us truly are, man. I really don't think we are emotionally prepared for what is to come right now, man. Let me just lower this down. There we go. Okay. So, the way I'm going to... Because I downloaded the episode, of course, because I always want to make sure I have the episodes with me so I don't end up getting any stutter situation and whatnot. Let me go and switch things up real quick. So, hold on a second. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now the camera is actually less jittery. There we go. Now everything looks great.
Crisp.
Yeah, everything's crisp and clean. Sorry for that, ladies and gentlemen. Hiccups always happen all the time. Excuse my hat there, but... we're going to be doing a reaction to Snafu. It is a show that we have been anticipating for years. How many years has it been, Evie? Like 4 years or something like that?
I want to say about 5 years or so.
Has it been 5 years? When was the last season? I thought it was like 2014, 2013.
Let me check right now. So it was 2015. So it's been 5 years.
It's been 5 goddamn years. Holy damn. I feel like it was longer than that. I don't know.
for real. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so Snafu, it's been a show that we have been excited for so long, ladies and gentlemen. We have been waiting for a new season to arrive, and thankfully it looks like the studio that worked on the second season has returned to work on the third season. But this isn't just any season. This is the climax season, meaning this is the end game right here. These upcoming episodes that are going to be dropping are going to be the finale of the Snafu storyline. And that hurts to me only because I know that there are a lot of volumes that are out there for Snafu. So it's like, I really want to buy the light novels now, only just so that I can actually see the cut content that they've probably taken out from Snafu, the first and second season. Because I did hear a lot of people tell me that there were some things that were from the first and second season that never actually made it in there. So all the extra content that won't get animated, I'm going to be hurt if it's anything noteworthy and good. And I guess we'll talk about it when that time comes, of course, whenever I get my hands on all of the light novels and actually read them. But for now, I'm going to be ignoring all of that because the only thing I care right now is about the here and now. And that being the third season premiere, the very first episode. there is actually an update in the art style. Really now, is it? It's more colorful. Well, I understand it would be more colorful given that years have passed. It's been half a decade. So I knew that the color direction would probably be different. But I assume the art style in itself will be as faithful as it possibly can be to the memorable second season.
Now, let me ask you this, KG, before we begin.
Mm-hmm.
Have you taken the time to watch the previous seasons? If not, do you at least remember what happened on the last episode?
I do remember what happened at the very end of the episode. They all went to, I believe, an aquarium. They all went to go and hang out together as a trio. And it was a very unfortunate time because this happened after all the events that went down with the Hachiman asking for something genuine moment that he had, and how the two girls cried and everything, and it was such a hurtful moment in that arc. And the final episode was them just kind of going together. And what happens is now, I believe at the last episode of the season, one of the girls, I think it was Yui, I
believe it was Yukino that was requesting something out of the group now.
I could have sworn it was... No, I could have sworn it was... Was it Yukino? I could have sworn it was not Yukino that did a request, but one of the girls did a request. It was Yukino. Yeah. Okay, it was Yukino. Okay, I apologize.
Oh, there you go.
Yukino asked for... so now they're saying... No, because I know one of the girls made a statement, and they asked for a particular favor. And then the other two were saying, like, okay, we're going to hear you. And that's how it ends.
Yeah. Now we get to find out what that request is.
But yes, so the way I have my thing here, Evie, is it starts off, because like I told you, I downloaded this. It starts off with the TBS logo and then immediately hopping into the episode in itself after like how many seconds here? So let me just check real quick. After 5 seconds, it then hops to the episode in itself. Now, of course, I obviously could, see this from Crunchyroll or whatever service that is out there. But to be safe with, like, no lags whatsoever, because internet issues can be a thing, I have the episode downloaded just to be safe on that.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, so I don't know how yours will start, Evie. How does yours start?
So it starts up with the TBS and then just jumps into the episode.
So we're both the same thing. All right, perfect then. That's great. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to watch with us, you guys can. We will be reacting to Snafu Season 3, Episode 1. We're going to be having our review on that immediately after finishing up this first episode, as well as anything else that we wish to discuss regarding this season. And I've already taken a lot of time. I've been eagerly waiting for this moment. I can't wait anymore. I'm already excited. Evie, are you ready to begin?
Give us a countdown, bud.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the climax season. Let us get right into it. Counting down, ladies and gentlemen, from 3, 2, 1, go.
Here we go.
Oh, my God. I'm not ready for this, buddy. I'm going to hold my plushie real quick. Aw.
This your best girl?
Oh, man. Yeah, okay, so it was, no, it was both of them then, yeah. They both had the request, but what was the request? And this is how they ended off the last season, man. Actually, did I have the chat box open? No, I did not have the chat box open. I apologize, chat. Let me open it for you right there.
Okay. All right, well, here we go.
There was a long silence.
By the way, can you hear the audio on my end, just to make sure?
No, don't worry. The audio is not on your end. And I made sure the audio is not going to be picked up on my end either. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for that. But to make sure no strikes whatsoever happen here, we want to keep things clean.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what happens here.
Oh, my God, man.
I miss these characters.
I miss them so much. They were the characters that made me connect with anime so much. I mean, there were a lot of anime shows I've grown to love and care, but if you're talking about a genuine connection with characters in like a slice of life setting, oh my God! And it's done by the same singer who's done the previous seasons. Oh my God!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're recreating the second opening scene right here. Yeah, where
I see
they're
that.
shifting all the girls, and then of course going to last with Hachiman. Oh my god. Oh my god.
We dancing tonight. We dancing tonight.
mm. Best boy right there. I don't care what anyone says. That was best boy / best girl. Oh man, look at all these characters. They're finally back. Oh my god. I missed them so much, man. I have to say the song's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm liking the
Hey,
visuals for it so far.
Sensei. It's kind of weird. Like, what's with the snow theme? I assume it's gonna be in the winter season this entire season. Wait, what's going on? What?
Hey, we got the
What the heck? Oh my god, that is so cool. Oh my god, that is so good. Oh shit, I loved it. Why is Hachiman here though? What the heck? Oh my god. Oh.
10 out of 10 opening right there already.
Oh shit, I love that already. Oh my god. Okay, please tell us, what the hell are we supposed to hear? I need to know what's happening, man.
Alright, well, let's find out.
Okay, those two were gonna pay up or something, I guess. But let's see what's happening now. I'm genuinely surprised that this is literally happening immediately after the events of the second season. Like, there's like no time skip or nothing. Now we're just going straight to the plot, like as if nothing happened between season 2 and season 3.
Wait, KG, do you hear that? It's that OST that I've been missing.
Well, you two could get the OST whenever it drops, man. Oh my god, there needs to be a complete OST collection at some point. I'm just saying.
This is one of my favorite pieces, by the way.
It's so good.
It brings a lot of joy to me, hearing this again in the anime.
Yeah. Oh my god.
This is why she's the best girl.
No, it's just I miss this show so much, man.
I know.
Oh my god.
Hey,
look at this. I may have not seen the show since it's the last time and whatnot, but man, every single scene really has just been a part of my mind and has been a part of my heart, because I've grown to love these characters so much. And especially when you see stuff like this here. Like, man. See? Like, aww. Maybe.
I'm guessing that was a recreated first episode.
Yeah, I think that was like one of the first few episodes of the series, but like in the art style of the now. I'm not gonna lie, with the second season, I was really concerned that like their relationship as friends would have actually split up, and they wouldn't have these kind of moments like what we're seeing right now. Yeah. But it's just so good to see that. Look at that. It's like I said, nothing happened whatsoever.
you just gotta love their chemistry.
Exactly. But you know that unfortunately one of them's gonna get hurt.
Yep.
Aw. All right, her sister. I completely forgot about that. Well, I forgot about her because I don't really think she made much of an impact until like the later season. At least jogging off memories here.
Oh, she's gonna tell us a bit about herself.
What's happening? No! No, don't. No, I kind of wanted to hear the story now. Come on. I understand why. I understand why she would do this.
You're gonna have to wait for your best girl to tell a
uh,
story.
oh man. Damn. The unfortunate situation of being the youngest one.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just kind of trying to figure out what she wants to do for herself and find her own sort of identity. At
Yeah.
least that's what I'm getting from this so far. Aww.
There you go. There you go.
Small steps, right? As they say.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? Was going to succeed? Wait, what happened? Oh, so that's probably what held her back.
Beats
Okay.
me. Oh, okay, probably this whole like idea of following all these strings and not yours.
Yeah, right. It's like they kind of wanted to dictate their path and not really uh, let them find their own path, you know? And that's why you see Yukino here, who has such a hard time just trying to kind of be herself and even do the basic of things. Because I assume she's always been told to do one thing and never really
Oh.
try something out on her own. Yes, I'm hugging my dragon. It's right here. I need something to hug. God damn
Ah.
it! Oh man. Yeah, I'll put this cutie to the side because I want my drink of water here real quick. You'll need it for later? What do you mean that? I don't like that statement there, buddy. Oh man.
All right, there we go. Sorry, I had to restart Discord, but I'm fine.
All right, I'm glad to see. I want to prove. Okay, thank you. She's
Yeah, there you go.
growing.
So,
She's growing.
so
It only took you 5 years, but you're finally grown. I mean, 5 years for us, but like 1 minute for you. I wonder what they're gonna be doing.
hmm.
This just taking a second to appreciate the background as well is just very vibrant and just beautiful to
Oh, of
look at.
course. There she is.
Ah, her sis.
Just a little, you say. That's quite an interesting outfit you got there, by the way.
I know, right? Commercial breaks.
So we're pretty much at the halfway point of the episode already.
Are we really? No, come on, don't do that shit to me. Ah, shit, we are 10 minutes in. God damn it.
Back to Hajimon territory.
And he never tried the snacks.
Come on, my boy, you gotta do it.
Even if you
Consider it your
die because
breakfast.
it's bad, you still gotta at least try it. I mean, come on.
Well, okay.
All right, I guess he just finds it more special to keep it as a treasure than actually eat it.
Hey, best little sister right there.
Oh my god. She looks different though. But I assume that's just part of the fact that we've been going by multiple years now since the last time.
Yeah. Actually, the from what I last knew, she it hasn't been that long since she took her high school entrance exam.
Yeah, so I guess did we ever get an answer to that?
I don't think so.
I probably guess they were gonna save it for later then.
I like that little gag how they're treating each other with this brother and sister points system.
If you're gonna call it a date, then I definitely don't want to go. Good job on you, sis, right there. Well, that's good to hear, Donnie. Glad to hear that you got managed to find a way to get that working. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize that there's nothing on screen. I hope you can understand the situation now we're in, where we want to make sure we can react to it without having to provide any form of visuals to accompany it. That's why we always do the countdown, to let you guys get a heads up as to when we're going to be starting these reactions and whatnot. But anyway, on to the second part of the episode. I guess we're going to the Maripina Mall now.
We're going to Barnes and Noble.
Of course. Okay. Typical. God damn it. You know, genuinely. Oh.
Hey! She's actually one of my best girls in this series, by the way.
Best SF chat saying best girl. I mean, she does look great, so I can't deny that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are we gonna see those two interact with each other?
Please. Sister calling him over. There you go.
All right, we're gonna see some great interactions, I guess. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. You know, Kachiman's really come along. Kachiman's really come a long way. Where now he's actually having friends. You know.
Oh god damn it! That cute face the first.
This child is to be feared. What are you teaching? Ooh, don't do that, buddy. That's still a secret nonetheless. Yes, you're right, Amy. She should have genuinely been the third girl. Fuck that third girl we've had already. It's not that I don't hate the third girl. I'm just saying that she well, actually, no. I find her more of like a wingman kind of character, as stupid as that sounds.
Yeah, I can understand that, yeah. She got the looks, she got the personality.
And she's completely different from like everybody else as well.
Yeah.
And she's caring too. I mean, just look at that. That's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, who's that in the background? Or is that just school stuff? So that's what he's aiming for.
Yeah, come on. We saw that. You can't hide it anymore.
Yeah, you couldn't hide that shit. We saw that. Don't ever say that out loud, man. Never say you have a complex situation. It's even if it's true. It's still creepy nonetheless.
Hey, look at that. We got some siblings here all together.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Come on, Saki.
Thumbs up for her, man.
This is why she's my second best girl. That's a smart move, especially with what's going on right now.
I mean, I guess just as close as ever. I miss all this, man. Oh man. Whoa, what's happening here? What the hell? Oh, this was
Oh, back from the school festival in the first episode. I mean, first season. Yeah, I was right.
yeah, they did reanimate these, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
So kind of
Listen,
a nice little recap, I suppose.
yeah, well, it's been over 5 years, man, and he just dashes off.
Play of the game.
Hachiman. Aw, she opened up, even if just a Weedle.
Mm-hmm. Please let her be the one.
Yeah, what if there's like an anime route exclusive to where she won?
Yes.
That would be the best. Well, I mean, she's still not my favorite girl, but if it shouldn't be those two that we have right now, I would definitely go for her. Just saying. Once again, screw that third girl. That's canonically the third girl.
No love for Iroha, huh?
Listen, man, I just hate how she was incorporated into the plot. You know.
I suppose. Yeah. I like her, but probably you don't like the way she was incorporated into this.
Yeah, I feel like she did more mess than actually made more progression.
Okay.
Hey, did Hachiman win?
Yeah. So it looks like they're taking this moment to celebrate.
I guess so. Big bro doing what big bros should do. Have sister complex. All right, the fat cat. Did I did I see something in her arm, or was that just me? Oh no, never mind. That was just a
No.
shading. Because like there was like a little red smudge there. I thought like she cut herself or something, and I thought that was the whole point of that.
Oh.
But no, it was nothing.
This but a simple flesh.
Yeah, just but a simple flesh wound. You know, nothing major or extreme. Chores.
Oh, that's kind of adorable.
Yeah, see, like Donnie points that out. Yeah, the way she was handling that carrot's no.
Yeah, something I kind of forgot about looking back is that their relationship with each other has definitely improved um over the recent episodes.
Yeah, it's not like it was ever bad per se. It just never was explored upon as much.
Yeah.
But to have like the first episode be like this, though, I'm very happy.
Oh yeah. It's a good episode so far.
Good first
Oh.
return to formula, you know.
Yeah.
But what's happening here? Hold on. What's going on here? What?
Hmm?
Oh. Oh, that is so cute. Oh man, and then she brings up the stupid points situation. Oh man. Thank you so much, Volkan, for following. Appreciate.
Oh, my boy tearing up.
No, my God. Oh man. I mean, the best feeling for any sibling is to be told by the younger one that you were the one that helped them get where they are at today. And to
Mm-hmm.
receive a genuine thank you is always the thing that brightens up your day, man. So that in itself, I'm
Yeah, that was a pretty
that was a pretty
warming moment. Oh,
no.
you just gotta hit us more with the flashbacks, huh?
Who cut these goddamn onions in my stream again? Oh man, in due time the seasons change.
Here's the ending.
Oh, what a way to start off the first episode.
Indeed.
What a way. Okay,
Yeah.
personally,
So
I'm just the thing about it is I'm just happy to see them back again. Fucker, I'm just saying. But I'm just happy to see them back.
Oh, wait a minute. Are they gonna? Never mind.
It looked like the poster of like the third poster that they made for this show.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna reenact that for a second.
Yeah,
Also, this song though.
And the visuals that are accompanying it are just as beautiful too. Aww. And of course, who better to sing the songs than these two right here? I heard they were making like a character album for these characters later down the road.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
But I guess we'll learn more information about it during the coming weeks as this show is still airing. But
protect those smiles at all costs.
One of them's gonna get hurt, Evie. We can't protect them much longer as the show goes on.
Let's not talk about that for now. But anyways, other than that,
hold on. Is there anything more though? Hold on.
Oh, all right. Oh, preview.
No, that looks to be. Oh,
that's interesting. That's a first.
What's happening here? What?
Huh. I don't know if it's just me. Have they ever showcased previews for next episodes?
I always thought it was just like they had the title card, and that's as much as you know about what the next episode's gonna be. But like, I never seen them, or at least off the top of my head, I don't recall them ever doing previews at all.
Yeah, so that's new, I suppose, for this season. But all right, so that's the first episode of Snafu Climax. I gotta say,
it got me crying.
What a way to get back! What a way to get back into Snafu after 5 years. And like, just everything about it was really good, if you ask me.
Oh man, the little sister once again MVP. God,
she's the MVP of this episode.
She is. Well, right. Not just only her, but also the real third girl in the show.
The real third girl, sure.
Yeah. Okay, listen, man. I think her being in this first episode was actually really good. I love that, having her with, her little one.
Her little sister.
Yeah, and then having them kind of talk with each other for a little bit before Hachiman's actual sister comes on board as well to just chat with them and have a good time.
Right.
I just see the thing that I loved about this episode was just how we just immediately went from like the plot that we left off in the previous season, just brushed right there pretty quickly, got an idea as to what's happening. I will say though, what really confused me was like where Yukino was like, "Hey, I want to speak to you about something," and then we just shift straight to the next day and go to Hachiman's story with his little sister, you know.
So that's right. Yeah.
There was like something that I feel like we missed.
So we're probably gonna get that in a future flashback, I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably when they all meet up again later. They're probably gonna talk a little bit more about that. But overall, like I mentioned, I'm just happy to see them come back. I missed them so much, and how to just see these characters brimming with beautiful animation, background visuals, coloring,
The music.
the music. You can't go wrong with the music in this show, goddamn. Whether it
Oh
be for the
no.
opening, the ending, or the soundtrack in the background as these characters are chit chatting their days away, it's all beautiful. It all fits perfectly for this show. And the thing that I love the most about this episode has to be the ending. It is
I'm with you
always a
there.
good feeling. It really is genuinely a good feeling whenever you know somebody or a relative of yours who genuinely tell you thank you for helping me. Like that's always the most emotional feeling one person can get when you did
See,
the right thing and you helped that person achieve what they wanted to achieve and it was all thanks to you. Like that in itself is always the best feeling. So to me,
see,
I love that ending and I loved what followed up with that where Hachiman began crying for just a little bit, you know.
and then they gotta hit us with a flashback. And see, that's a slice of life content I dig for out of this show. I fucking love it, dude.
The Snafu will always seal the deal with this series, man. I appreciate Snafu's direction and storytelling and the way it's written. Beautiful job, man. Absolutely beautiful job, and I can't wait to see more characters later down the road. Apparently, Snafu Climax is only supposedly planned for 12 episodes.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Apparently,
That's gonna hurt, man.
let's see. Aired. I don't see the total the amount of episodes that's gonna be airing, but yeah, I've heard that it's gonna be around 12. So we might as well enjoy it while it lasts, man.
Only just 3 months. Just 3 months of it. How bad
Mm.
could it be, right?
And don't jinx it. Please don't jinx it.
Dude, you saw the next episode preview. You clearly know something's gonna go wrong.
Oh
And
yeah.
just notice the fact that the third girl came in and that's where shit happens. I'm telling you, that third girl is a problem and she needs to be eliminated from the show as soon as possible because she is probably the one that's gonna make this poor girl cry. I guarantee it. I guarantee she's gonna be a problem in this season. Every time, like this episode,
Wow. Okay.
the two girls were great. The two girls were fine on their own. She hops in, already a problem's going down. And you kind of actually forget that that's the whole point about Snafu. The whole premise of Snafu was about these three working together on whatever situation people have to bring to them. Because we've actually kind of like neglected that shit in the second season. And it looks like they're going to go back to form with the next episode. Speculating anyway. So we'll see what happens though. You know, so.
Yeah, we'll see, but nonetheless, I'm very excited for the next episode. And also very excited that Snafu is finally back after all these years.
After all these years. So we hope you guys enjoyed that reaction of our Snafu little discussion as well as just a reaction to the episode itself. You know, to see the show finally come back in all its glory, to see how it's looking and whatnot, I can't wait for more fun episodes from this, and hopefully this season with no situations happening whatsoever. I just hope we can see it all the way through, you know.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah, but for now, things are looking good.
Things are looking good. Also, just saying no movie bullshit. No. Be like, okay, you watched all 12 episodes. Now you have to watch a movie to really get the true ending of this show. If they do something like that, man, I'm done.
Well, they probably can't right now because as it stands, their theaters are all closed. So I'm not expecting that. Really.
I mean, like, you know, that's the reason why we can't finish our review for like the other one we enjoyed so much. You know, the ba 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 skibidi ba ba that anime.
Yeah, that's right.
Unfortunately. I mean, a whole hour Snafu movie quality would be nice. Yeah, the Bunny anime movie was also really great too. Just saying.
I haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen that yet?
No, I haven't seen that one. I heard it's a real
missing out on quality. I'm just telling you right now, you're missing out on quality for that film.
I'll eventually get into it though.
Yeah, I do wonder if they'll ever make a second season of the show though. They better.
Oh yeah.
They better. Just saying.
Yeah. So.
Anything else you want to add? 10 out of 10.
So 10 then. All right. Yeah. So
Listen,
other
man,
than that,
every episode's gonna be a 10 out of 10. Listen, the writing's always gonna be great. We cannot deny Snafu will always deliver on that shit. So immediately, episode 2 is automatically gonna get a 10 out of 10, as long as the worst girl gets out of the goddamn screen as soon as goddamn possible. Seriously,
yeah.
I've never hated a female character and also loved her at the same time more than this third chick right here. I'm just
well, well, hey, you did say earlier that you're hoping that this season will bring some sort of redemption to her. So
yeah.
we'll see what happens.
I hope it's good redemption and redemption that doesn't have to come at the cost of hurting the girls, you know. But given that this is Snafu we're talking about, pain is gonna happen soon enough. And it seems
Ooh.
we're gonna get straight to pain in the second episode. So that's gonna be our take on the second episode or the first episode of Snafu. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see you next week for that. But now let us get back a little bit into some of the more other anime stuff that we've had from this season that I think it'll be kind of fun to talk about for just a little bit, only just because I didn't get a chance to watch as many as I wanted to this week, only because I'm preparing things up for tonight's session.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know we have some that we would like to talk about. Ones in particular that you wrote down for me, buddy, um, that I would definitely love to hear your take on, because I didn't get a chance to watch one of them in particular. So I really do want to hear your take on it. The episode in itself, and for some reason I'm having a hard time watching these particular anime shows. Because like the whole what was it, the Tower of God, I never watched.
None of the webtoons
No, none of the
adaptations.
webtoons I've never seen, and then that also includes the one that came out this season, God of High School. I was anticipating this. I'm not gonna lie, but for some reason I just never got into watching it yet.
It's just.
I haven't seen it yet. That might be a fault of my own, honestly.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
just have not seen it. But Evie though, like I
Yeah.
assume you've seen the first episode. Is it there only just one episode right now?
It's just one episode. Yeah, episodes air every Monday.
Okay, so let me know, Evie. Just judging from the first episode with the God of High School, how did you find it for in terms of enjoyment?
Okay, so in terms of first impressions, it was definitely a lot more better than I thought it would be. Now, of course, God of High School being this action and martial arts fighting anime, it definitely delivered because I think the fighting scenes in the first episode of the God of High School was really good. Um, yeah. So of course, what this anime is about, just to give you like a short premise on what it's about, KG. So of course, reading of the synopsis, it all began as a fighting tournament to seek out the best fighter among all high school students in Korea. Mori Jin, a taekwondo specialist and a high school student, soon learns that there is something much greater beneath the stage of the tournament. So, pretty much, it's basically an anime series that solely focuses on a tournament arc, where
So
pretty
the
much,
entire season is a tournament.
yeah, you could put it that way.
What?
um, okay, well, obviously that's a bit of a lie, but but straight out, like episode one, it looks like the beginning of a tournament arc. Which, granted, yeah, I know that's what it's supposed to be all about, but you get my point.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so based on the synopsis, you have all these fighters from all around Korea gathering into this stage and a popular event that's known as Jesus Christ. I don't think the tournament has an official name, but it's a very popular tournament. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
Where, yeah, so where all the high school students of Korea partake in a tournament where they can use any form of martial arts that they specialize in. And
Mm-hmm.
there's no restrictions as to what sort of items you want to bring with you. So if you want to bring like a wooden sword, right?
Yes.
Or like a wooden pipe, not wooden pipe, or like a steel pipe, for example, or a baseball bat. All of that is allowed to for you to use in this fighting tournament. Just putting that out there. Um, so other than that, the characters, um, just based on the first episode alone, I really like these characters. So we have Mori Jin, the main character,
Mm-hmm.
and the two supporting cast being of Dai Wei Han and Mira Yu, which by the way I think Yu is going to be one of the best girls of this year.
Really
Uh,
now?
You know who I'm referring to, right? The one with the glasses, brown, short-haired chick.
Okay, yeah, I've seen like the artwork. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So Ibo. So I will say that on God of High School, the opening, the opening is kind of 50-50 in my opinion, and here's why. Now, the music choice itself, Contradiction, it's a really good soundtrack. Don't get me wrong. I think it's really good. Now, the problem comes at uh, the problem comes in the visuals, because the opening is structured, Caging, is that like the first half of the opening looks like an AMV. I kid you not.
Really
It,
now?
yeah, it looks like an AMV where
So it's just a
where they
bunch of
pretty.
footage just slapped together with no real context.
I mean, look, there is there. You can say there's context, yeah, but you can just see like some of the animations of of these characters on the first half of this opening. Looks like they were ripped out of the first episode. That's what I'm
Okay.
trying to say.
I do
But the
wonder
sec,
if
mm-hmm.
I do wonder if
Go
that's
ahead.
gonna ever get like fixed later.
I think so because um people are arguing that they're probably gonna have the opening structure on a episode basis where they're probably gonna take footage or an animation from each episode and placing them on the first half of the opening, and then the
Hmm.
second half of the opening remains the same. Now, I will say some of the upsides of this opening, um, the use of colors and transitions on the second half of the opening is crisp. It's really good, and just on the animation of getting and seeing these characters just displaying some of their their fighting techniques is really good. Um, so that's just my thoughts on the opening. I think it's just 50-50. I just didn't like how the first half of the opening looked like an AMV. So I already talked about the character. Oh, and the ending. I think the ending, if you ask me, I think the ending is a little bit better than the opening because
Ah, you
it's more.
found more appeal to the ending than the opening itself. I see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's one of those endings where it just fits our current season of summer. Like it's one of those summer songs, you know.
Would you say it's one of your favorites overall from this season so
You know
far?
what? Um, let's say looking over the endings for this year in general, I think I put it up there. I think I would.
Hmm. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
like I mentioned, I'll probably give my opinion on that whenever I get a chance to see it for myself later.
yeah, yeah. Which is fine. I of course I think everyone, including myself, wants to hear about your opinions when you get the chance to see the first or and probably by who knows when the second episode too.
Hmm.
Um, but overall, I'm liking it. I'm liking God of High School. At least for the based off the first impressions from the first episode, I think it was really good. I like it. I really like the characters. I think the fighting animations and the fighting scenes are gonna be eye candy for a lot of us.
Yes.
And yeah, and just I think hmm. I feel like there's something missing. No, I think that's pretty much it. I think you're gonna get a good kick out of this one. No pun intended.
Listen, man, I love me some old school fighting sort of shows. So if it kind of like maintains that element and of course, it's a webtoon, and given that they actually went out of their way to animate something like this, I assume it has to be really great. So I already can tell that it's probably going to be
Yep.
another one that I think fans will grow to love and enjoy. It's just a matter of me having to take the opportunity to sit down to go and give it a watch. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think just comparing God of High School and Tower of God, I think like when it comes to design, I think God of High School has a slight edge for me.
Already from the first episode alone.
Yep. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the first episode. So good first impressions overall.
Good to hear that. I'm very happy to hear that. Now then, the other one that I also want to take an opportunity to talk with you about is one that I was personally excited to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious to see if you had any say to this particular show.
Sure.
That being Uzaki-chan wa asobitai.
Ah, yes. Or Usagi-chan wants to hang out.
Yeah,
Is the
that is correct.
translation. Yeah.
So
Did you see
this,
the first? Sorry. Did you see the Did you see the first episode by any chance?
yeah, the premiere. Yes, I did see the first episode about this, which is why I wanted to save that for now because I actually had the
Okay.
opportunity to see. I just didn't get a chance to see the God of High School, unfortunately, because time constraints, man. So I
Yeah,
apologize for
and of
that.
course you worry about your other of course like your mic and your other problems that's coming up, huh?
Wait, Mike, is my mic issues having? Yeah, the mic issues before, yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, no problem. But anyways, Usagi-chan, um, what do you think of it overall, based off the first episode?
The
Mm.
best way I could say it. Holy shit! Like,
I'm just gonna say this: Usagi-chan, she slays all the loners out there. If you're a loner, she will come after you.
she will make sure you don't feel lonely, and I'm like, bro. Oh shit though, but I swear to God, like the sound effects in this show are hilarious though. Because
Yeah,
I
they are,
swear
dude.
to you, because like the sound effects, I swear I'm hearing like the Scooby Doo, like old school sound effects in the background when like they're running or walking or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So like in terms of that confused the shit out of me when watching this episode. But let's take it let's take it down a bit by bit. So first of all,
Sure.
let's talk about Uzaki herself. Now, character design wise, I mean,
She has big eyes.
yeah. Let's go with that. Yeah, big eyes. Like we're talking about like that old school as fuck anime big eyes. You know, Sailor Moon big eyes. Let's go with that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then her Sugoi Dekai shirt as
Sugoi
well.
Dekai.
Yes, so that was definitely something there. But I will say, there were I don't know how to describe. Okay, well, first of all, I like her character. She looks cute, and the whole short hair kind of thing. I'm actually a sucker for like short haired female characters, so I like that. The thing I also like is that she loves. Okay, no, Senpai's life. Let's talk about Senpai. Senpai's life. I feel bad for him because anytime Usaki's around with this lad, he always gets himself in some unfortunate situations. Like, did you know about the groping scene that happened in this episode in the middle of the fucking CD store? I think it was, or like the video
Uh,
game store. I think it was. Or you
what was
just
that?
the boob groping scene I'm talking about, where he actually
Oh
lays his
god, yeah, the
hands.
VR scene. Jesus. Like I don't know, it seems to me that she kind of enjoyed that a little bit.
She's having more fun than Senpai is, I would like to say.
Mm-hmm.
But
And rest in peace of this girl's back too.
oh man,
Which yeah, so of course this is why it's important to stretch before you swing a bat. Otherwise you're gonna Oh, can we also talk about this too, KG? I think the cat is the MVP of this first episode.
the cat is what the shit.
This dude has what the fuck face all over it.
This cat though this cat is a big ass mood. I'm serious, man. This
I
cat,
kid you not, dude. Yeah.
if you've seen the episode, you will completely understand why we're saying that this cat is a whole fucking mood because this cat has like those like we're talking about like big eyes. Like this cat has like some huge eyes. God damn, the cat looks hilarious, but I love it because of his.
I know, and like it comes up in the most misunderstandable, the most comedic and unusual moments. Like I believe when the cat made his debut, Usagi-chan was talking to here. Let me pull up the character list here. And he was talking to Shinichi, that like, oh, like, he's gonna leave for, like, and these people are having these misunderstandings, thinking to themselves like, oh my god, like, this man is gonna leave this girl behind, like, and apparently, like, he's known to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
And when and while Shinichi was clearing up the understanding, you just see the cat in the background giving this what the fuck face.
I know.
Like, what a fucking debut for this cat.
Dude, though, this cat I feel is gonna be the MVP of this show, which is hilarious because it's like, of course, it has to focus on the other characters themselves, but this stupid cat is gonna steal everything from me personally, and you know what? I'll be happy because of it. I think the cat did justice for me personally.
Yeah, honestly, I think it made the first episode a little bit better, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And yeah, honestly, I think in general, just a little a quick opinion about the first episode. Um, I wasn't that high on watching Usagi-chan coming into the summer. I just feel like it's one of those slice of life animes that is going to get too much attention. Like, I guess you could somewhat compare it to seeing yesterday for me. It's an
It's
looking
like the
at it at first.
complete opposite of what you
Yeah,
see from that.
yeah, it's like the complete opposite. It's a show that maybe a lot of people won't talk about. I felt that way for Usagi-chan, but I still give it a try, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching just based off the first episode itself, honestly, I could say that it was a lot more better than I thought. It definitely was, um because I love Osaki-chan's character. After you find out that coming in as a freshman, she has this this she looks like she just looked like a regular student, right? And then, like, you come, she's pretty happy that she's reunited with her sensei, and then you come to realize that Shinichi was pretty much doing nothing. Pretty much, you just see him sleeping somewhere. You see him playing his Switch in the middle of campus, and they're like, oh, the quickest fucking time skip I've ever had to witness. Because I kid you not, within the first 5 minutes of the episode, a whole entire year has passed.
That confused me so much.
I know, and I thought to myself, like, because when we were going through like these scenes of autumn, spring, winter, yada yada, right? And when we go back to the shot of Usagi-chan, I thought it was just her imagining things, but no, it was actually it was an actual time skip. So, like, well, shit, well, an entire year has passed, and lo and behold, we now have the Usagi-chan, where, that we all know, where you know she's really wanting to hang out with her sensei.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to butt into his business, like, kind of
In like
questions,
the weirdest moments imaginable too.
like, yeah, yeah. So, you know, um, first impressions, it was like a chance character. I think I really like her a lot, especially after the time skip. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm already liking the chemistry and the relationship that these two are having from the first day of hanging out. And from what I see from what I see here on the episode list, it looks like we still got some characters that we are yet to be introduced to. So I'm looking forward to them, see how well they're going to be implemented and how they're going to help out that dynamic between Usaki and Shinichi. So overall, I think it was a pretty solid episode.
Yeah.
I think it was really good.
Yeah, it was very simple, but it like I think if you need something that is different from say Snafu, because Snafu is more of a emotional slice of life experience, I think Usagi-chan is a great alternative for something of like the comedy slice of life direction.
Something more lighthearted, if that's
Ex-
your kind of taste.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want something like that, I think you'll get a good kick out of it. I don't think it's anything like supreme. Like I don't think this is gonna win comedy anime of the year or something. But if you just
Hmm.
need something nicer, cute, and whatnot, I do generally believe Uzaki-chan will at least do a great job with it. So far, that cat, I mean, has done a great job for me personally. And then the VR scene though,
Oh yeah, that
that
VR.
VR scene was highlight of this episode just for me. Aside from the cat, of course.
Yeah. Actually, I'll be back in just a second. Just give me a second, okay?
Alrighty, man. But no, I feel like overall, I do say that this season of summer anime is gonna be a loaded one. I know we've rarely gotten a chance, I should say, to take an opportunity to talk about shows like
Okay.
SAO, the new season, which by the way, I need to watch that soon as well. What else was there? Continuations of anime shows that have begun re-airing for this season, like Digimon
Yeah.
as well. Digimon returned not too long ago,
Mm-hmm.
with their show, so I'm very happy to see that. Need to watch and catch up with some of the latest episodes, especially given that we're in the middle of one right now, and I think the newest episode probably just dropped during the middle of our discussion. So yeah,
Oh yeah, today's Saturday. I forgot about
yeah.
that.
God of well, actually, the God of High School's opening is officially out right now, the full version. So if you haven't had a chance to watch that, it's out right now. So there you go. I
Mm-hmm.
do want to say there is one show that I was hoping to get a first impressions on this week, but I didn't get a chance to watch it just yet. That being of the one that aired this season. I forgot it was. Let me see if I can get the name real quick. So apologies real quick if I'm taking a while, but let me see if I. Oh, here we go. Um, it is called The Misfit of Demon King Academy. I was originally planning to talk about this week as well because I really wanted to give my opinions on it. I did hear some first impressions from people who've watched the first episode, and they were kind of thrown off at the fact that the main male character is like OP as fuck. From what
Uh,
I was,
uh,
go on.
Sorry, I had to restart Skype. Now, which anime are we talking about now?
The Misfit of Demon King Academy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
so I was told, I don't know this is true. Maybe if you've seen the episode yourself, like the chat.
I haven't.
Apparently, this man is so OP that he defeated a person with just his heartbeat. I I'm so
Okay.
confused. If that's true,
Talk about a heart attack.
yeah, for real, like goddamn, a legitimate heart attack. Go, boom. But nah, I did not know about that. So is this show a comedy? Is this meant to be a serious show? How am I supposed to take
Uh,
something that where a dude gets defeated by a heartbeat seriously?
from what I'm reading on the reviews last time, apparently it just is. The first episode just looked like a generic, like a good generic. Is it actually isekai? It's just a general like fantasy
It's an
anime.
isekai fantasy, yeah, kind of anime.
Yeah, but I've heard that the first episode is good. Like nothing too like special. It's just like a very generic yet good first episode.
Yeah, so it's like don't expect anything supreme from this anime. If you just want something simple, that exists. But there's just so many anime shows. I feel like this one particular show is probably going to be brushed off to the side, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But the
Uh,
fact that somebody told me that this man whooped another person's ass with just his heartbeat alone, I'm already intrigued just to see this anime because I have to question just how OP this dude really is. That's all.
yeah. Um, yeah. So that was let's see. So that was the misfit of Demi King Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there is something I do want to talk with you about, KG. Now, by any chance, have you seen the first episode of Fire Force season 2?
I've seen the opening. I have yet to see the actual episode in itself, unfortunately.
Okay, so
You know what I'm
that's
gonna do
okay.
with Fire Force, honestly, because of how things handled for me with the first season. Because I told you that I enjoyed it at first, and then things kind of went a little sour before then going back up at the end.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I'm gonna probably binge watch the second season rather than watch it
No, you're
weekly.
good. You're good.
Yeah, because I feel like, if I run into the same situations again that I had with the first season, I
Hmm.
feel like I might not enjoy it as much, despite the
Yeah.
great characters and all that. But that's just me, of course. So what I'm probably gonna do is like maybe every 3 episodes or so that drop, I'm probably gonna watch all three back to back just to see a more cohesive story play out within
Hmm.
the hour that's going down. So I feel like that's gonna be the way I'll handle that second season. Now, Evie, I assume the
That's
reason
fine.
why you brought this up is because of the fact that you've given it a watch, haven't you?
Yeah, I have though. I probably won't get too much into depth. Um, all I'm gonna say is this, at least based on the first episode. So, at least the first half of the episode, it's more so like a reintroduction to the Fire Force Company 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of course, like when we get a second season, of course, the first episode is a little bit of a reintroduction to who each character is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of similar to every new season of My Hero Academia, where you got to get introduced to each student again, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. The second half, though, I will tell you this much, KG. This is the best way I could put it. Man, I kid you not. Um, let's just say that we're gonna have a new calendar segment, and there's a whole lot of man.
And listen, man, I love my quality, so I mean, if it's any good, then maybe I'll consider that shit. But let's be real though. There's one female chick though. There's one female chick that was for the first season that's still MVP girl that I can't wait to see more of her from in season 2. I do know she's gonna appear in the second season, given the opening shows are there. So please give me more of her. I'm just saying.
Trust me, she's still getting this episode.
Uh, now another girl in particular I want to see. Oh yeah, well I think she was in this episode, wasn't she? Hibana.
Hibana, the cat girl.
No, the one with the flower or the flower eyes. I think I called her.
Oh, oh, yeah. She's there only for like a brief, only for like 30 seconds or 20 seconds. That's just about it.
Is it good though?
Uh, yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. No, look, no, hold up. Here's the best way I could put it. She's basically in a panic over the nude calendar, and you'll eventually see why.
I think I'm getting the idea.
In this first episode.
Yes, KG, it's in character.
Iris in
Beautiful.
The first episode, I think she was pretty adorable in this first episode.
Nice.
But other than that, just same old. Pretty good first episode of season 2, and of course the opening done by none other than Aimer, because she doesn't miss when she comes to these openings.
Aimer always delivers.
The opening, I would have to say that this is the best one. When it comes to the soundtrack and the visuals for Fire Force. I'm not sure if you're with me on this one.
I always will say Aimer has done some of my favorite openings. I mean, I believe she also did one for Food Wars as well that I really loved. I think it was called Braver or something like that from one of the Food War opening. So she was great in that. Aimer to me delivers. I can't wait to see these episodes of Fire Force later down the road. I'm looking forward to it. But for now, I'll probably save my full-on impressions on that Eevee when I get the opportunity to give it a watch later in the weeks. So yeah. I hope you don't mind waiting until then.
Yeah. By the way, I'm sorry if I cut you off a few times there. Discord has this weird occasion where I'm no longer able to hear you, and I just thought that you were remaining silent because I was speaking until I realized I was cutting you off. So I had to restart Discord. So
that's perfectly fine. Discord is always going to have that situation at the end of the day, so I understand completely. Don't worry.
All right.
But I think right now I feel like with this season I'm happy. I'm just happy we got anime back, Eevee. Rent a Girlfriend is great. I think this season so far, I know there's a lot of action going on, but honestly, I think the slice of life is probably kicking more ass than the action animes for me.
Yeah, with Usagi-chan and
Rent a Girlfriend, Snafu.
Yeah. Rent a Girlfriend too. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta be with you there on that one. Yeah.
For now. I mean, that's only because I've only got the opportunity to just watch a lot of Slice of Life. I didn't get to see the newer episodes of Digimon or God of High School.
Yeah.
Or Fire Force or
Did you see the first episode of ReZero? Because I heard you go through some emotional roller coaster there.
We just started the goddamn season and it's already going through some shit, man. It's nuts.
So you saw it?
Yes, I did. I don't really like talking much about that, honestly, for ReZero, is just because it's like, well, what's the best way to put it? I feel like I'm going to spoil something where I shouldn't be spoiling something for fans, you know?
No, you're good. I was just saying that the first episode was a real tearjerker.
Oh yeah. It was a painful episode to come back on, man. Already, you can just straight up tell we're in for some shit. We are in for some serious shit with ReZero. That first episode
can't be ReZero without it, huh?
Yeah, you can't really be ReZero without it, but oh boy, there was one particular scene. I don't want to say anything about it. Man, that hurt. I'm just gonna say that right now. There's one scene that hurt me real hard.
Man,
I think I know. I think you might know which one. Well, to be fair, there were a couple of things that happened in this episode where it was emotional. Yeah. It wasn't just one thing.
I haven't watched ReZero in general, but I heard a lot of things about the first episode.
Okay, so I'll keep it as spoiler free as I possibly can. Then,
yeah.
But yeah, this is why I'm saying I probably won't be discussing it as much, just to also not spoil things for you too. Because it is a series I genuinely believe you should watch without knowing anything as when hopping into the show, because the thrill of ReZero is always about not knowing what to expect, and when the things do happen, to be surprised at the outcome, because every single time you think the story's gonna head in a certain direction, the story's gonna be like lol, nope, and goes on a completely different path. And it can sometimes work well, but most of the time it'll hurt you real hard.
No, I believe you.
So it was a good start. So overall, once again, you're just gonna probably keep myself quiet on that, and I'm just looking forward to seeing more episodes of ReZero later down the road. The only thing I just hope that is we don't see any issues whatsoever, like with more delays or anything, you know. Yeah. S.A. Kun, yeah. Oh, I miss S.A. Kun for my ReZero watch. S.A. Kun was a person that always gave people light novel context. Oh, is S.A. Kun no longer there? And that's unfortunate if S.A. Kun's no longer around. But I guess S.A. Kun has done a good job with at least, I don't see him. Oh, okay, so that's unfortunate then. But yeah, I guess so. S.A. Kun's probably somebody who gives a lot of context for all of the episodes to kind of clarify certain elements of like the plot, because Evie, the plot does sometimes get confusing at times to where you might need to rewatch certain episodes.
I heard it's very psychological because of that.
Yeah, it is something like that. Honestly, Evie, because of the things you're studying, I think this would be a show for you, genuinely speaking. But that's just my opinion, though.
Fuck school. I'm watching ReZero and earning my doctor's degree there.
You got the ReZero diploma. Congratulations, buddy. How'd you get your shit watching ReZero? What?
How'd you get your degree? Yeah. No.
Oh. You know, I finally figured out where that moment came from. And it was actually from a show I watched earlier last year. I forgot what the name of it was called, but the moment I realized that one chick, she was an American chick, I believe.
I know what show you're referring to. Yeah. I know where it's from.
Yes, and I was like, so that's where the comes from. I know this has nothing to do with what we're talking about now, but there was a video I remember seeing on YouTube. Of a dude who literally stood on the computer monitor for 10 hours to listen to Ayaya song for 10 hours straight. And he did it. Like he stayed on that computer screen for 8 hours straight, or 8 to 10 hours straight, and he did it all the way through. And then, like, his the way this man starts and ends is so horrifying, because he's in a positive mood when he begins, and then his body just dies, like, at the very end. And then, like, when the music stopped, he just, like, took a few seconds to realize, oh shit, it's done. You know? It was a great video. Don't watch all 10 hours of it. Just watch the man go through, like, a descent of, like, insanity as he's going through the 8 to 10 hours of that shit.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, if you ever want to watch something hilarious, that exists. So, overall, yeah, to me personally, you know, I think the season's great, and I can't wait for more shows to continue to air and enjoy. Because at the end of the day, we've been craving this for so long, you know.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Especially now that we got to watch our first episode, Snafu. I'm more than full for the day.
Oh, hell yeah. 110%. Hell goddamn yes. So, all right then. I think this is the perfect opportunity for us to go and wrap things up for tonight. Why, if you say, Evie, you think we're good?
Um, let's see. I'm just going to the anime list, see if we have anything else that we're missing.
Unfortunately, I can't add anything more to any other shows because I haven't seen any others aside from the ones we just talked about tonight.
I mean, some of these things I haven't seen, but like like say for example, Monster Musume no Oishashan. It's pretty much an alternative Monster Musume in a nutshell, based off the clips that I saw. So
Yeah,
I can't.
if you're craving Monster Musume without all of the Monster Musume cliches and whatnot, that exists. I might watch it in the sideline, maybe like right now after we finish tonight's session, just to see what it's all about. Because honestly, I forgot that it existed. To be quite honest with you, I mean, there's so much shit happening. I mean, don't blame me.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, of course. And just a little quick opinion on one. There's this one particular show that has "what the fuck" written all over it.
Please tell me.
If you,
I'm curious.
if you don't mind me talking about it, just
all
a quick
right.
second.
Well, first of all, I guess I gotta ask, how the hell did you even get yourself into watching that show if it has been most what the fuck?
I have friends.
Oh, okay.
So there's this show. I'm not sure if you've seen it through my anime list or if you're familiar with the poster. So one of my friends went out of her way to watch a series called The Titan's Bride. Are you familiar with that?
Hold on a second. Let me take a look real quick. I feel like I've heard that name before. Hold on. You said my what?
The Titan's Bride.
Okay, let me look real quick. I want to see the poster if I can.
Yeah. So once you see it, yeah.
What's the shit?
Okay, so let me explain the synopsis on this, okay? Because I don't think.
Oh, hold on. I need to post this. I need to post this image to chat. Chat. I shit you not. I don't even know what I'm seeing right here. This image confuses me greatly. So I'm gonna just slap this image here as Evie's going to discuss his his thoughts on this show.
Okay, so the thing is, like, I was with a group of friends, and one of my friends just happened to see this show, right?
Uh-huh.
And she just wanted to take a quick second to show us like a clip of what happens on the first episode. So before I get into that, let me just give you a quick synopsis of what it's about.
All right,
And
please do.
and quote, if you're a giant and a dwarf, you might be pregnant with man. And then here's the synopsis. One day, Koichi, a boys' school student, is summoned to another world while masturbating. It's a giant, it's a giant country where a much larger race lives. The first prince of the country, Caius, who appears in front of him, enthusiastically stared at Koichi and proposed, "I want you to be my bride and give birth to my baby." There you have it. So essentially, my boy was beating his meat and got summoned to another world. That's a fucking interesting way to get into an isekai world.
This rabbit is fucking mean.
Okay. So
if there anyway I ever want to get fucking sent to a goddamn isekai world, this is the shit I don't want to see happen.
So there's your context for that poster. So let me just give you a quick description of what I saw from that clip, right?
Okay.
So as you might imagine, like this does have its erotic moments, okay? There was this particular scene, like, no, don't get me wrong, like this Titan isn't like, sexually or assertive or anything, right? Like he's a really nice person, right? He's like, he's a romantic and a very nice person to the person, or at least in this case, Koichi, when he was summoned to this world, he generally fell in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
So when they got to the bed, okay, when they got in bed, like this is quite the unique way of using censorship. So you know how in okay, you know you watch enough anime when you know when boobs and ass are pretty much the only things that are exposed, right?
Uh-huh.
But when it comes to the male organ of love, that thing is usually censored, right? So when they got in bed, there, let's see, Caius, the Titan Prince, he started off by beating off his meat, right? And because he's a Titan, his entire hand literally covered up the whole thing,
The
right?
fuck?
And yeah, then pretty much the episode ended when Dan, just engaging in sexual activity. Just to give you a little context of what what this anime is about. You discover something new every day. You beat up your meat, you get summoned, you get proposed, and
You go through
you
stuff.
yep.
Oh my god. I'm looking at the list here. Holy shit. Like, first of all, how the hell did they get this man to do the voice acting for this dude? Holy
For the
shit.
Titan.
No, for let me see. The voice actor, yeah, for the Titan. I think his name is Beastale, is it?
Yeah, Bistel.
Yeah. So the voice actor for Beastale is none other than Ono Yuki, whom fans might remember or recognize from the name alone. Very recognizable for doing such roles as Josuke from JoJo's Part 4 Diamond is Unbreakable, to name that,
Mm-hmm.
as well as just many other shows that I'm seeing here from the list. I'm going to probably bring up the ones that I think are like iconic or just memorable characters that I think fans would immediately pick up on. So I'll just keep looking through the list. Yamada. Oh, I didn't realize he did something for Yamada-kun. That's interesting. Um, let's see here. Oh shit, he did
But
the
nothing
main.
else.
He did Fuyuzora from or Kogarashi from Yuragi's or Yunasan. You know, the ghost girl in the hot
Oh
springs.
yeah,
I
yeah, the main
didn't
character,
realize
huh?
he did that voice actor for him. Okay,
Hmm.
well that's interesting. But
Okay.
yeah, so go on, buddy.
Yes, I mean nothing else to add on that. I mean, I'm looking at the rating and R plus, mild nudity. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I
So
would hope so. Well, I guess I have something else to watch just to see the sheer stupidity about this show. Like when a show is so dumb that you have to see if it's real or not. I'm gonna go out
yeah,
of my way to look at it just to see if it really like I don't believe like this shit is fucking fake. I don't believe a single thing you said, buddy. This shit is like a fanfic that wants to be an anime that somehow actually became a said anime, and I don't know if I can actually acknowledge this, man. Cage is gonna
and
turn into Fujoshi.
and that, ladies and gentlemen, is when curiosity hits you like a bitch.
And
It could either end up being bad or good.
listen, man, I need my new isekai cheat magician bullshit, and this is literally isekai. Because the man gets summoned via jerking off, and I don't know how to feel about that. I'm so lost.
Yeah, I'm looking at this video here. Yeah, they're known for hentai.
Okay, all right. Yeah, he's a fat magician.
It's a-
All right, so
All
we're
right.
gonna go wrap it up on that note. I'd say that what a beautiful way to conclude this discussion for tonight.
Yeah.
Everybody, once again, thank you guys so much for being with us here tonight. We hope you guys enjoyed our session of the night for anime. It's great to finally be back. It's great to finally do reactions to Snafu, man. I've been
Yes.
anticipating that for so goddamn long, so I'm happy to do that again. We hope you guys will tune in next week where we're going to be doing more of that. So we hope you guys will look forward to more of our silly shenanigans on that. And then, of course, tune in on Monday for our regular PokePod session as well, where we're going to be talking about the recent episode of PM 2019 as well as some other Pokemon related news that are to discuss about. So I hope you guys will tune in for that. We'll see you guys in the next session for whatever video we make. Once again, my pal Alpha Eevee, thank you so much for joining me here every week for the Anime Pod. Absolutely appreciate it,
Of
buddy.
course.
Make sure to follow him on Twitter if you haven't yet, over at Alpha Evie, which should be in the friend segment down below. So make sure to go and follow him there. And anything else I'm missing? No, I think that's pretty much it. So
Nope.
we will talk with all of you guys later in whatever video we make. Take care, everybody, and as always, have yourself an awesome day. And I'm trying not to crack up because of this stupid synopsis, but holy shit.
Believe it.
I can't. All right. Good night, everybody.
See you later, guys.